my god. Hey gang, Tony here. And Luna. Luna is here as well. Because she heard me sitting down, and when I make videos now, she likes to bust my balls. That's how it goes, right? So there she goes onto this table that's full of stuff that she's probably gonna chew. I have some yard sale stuff to show you and talk to you about. I also have a beer that I'm gonna drink, and now that Luna's in my way, it's gonna become slightly more difficult to do this, but I've got here Duclaw's Dirty Little Freak. Oh, that's right, Dirty Little Freak. Did I buy this beer simply because of the name? Oh, you bet your sweet Antilly I did. Dirty Little Freak. It just sounded like a beer that was begging to be drunk. So, I'm gonna pour this. I don't know what the hell it is. I think it's vanilla flavored or some bullshit. Duclaw tends to do these really weird beers. They have this other one called Sweet Baby Jesus. Yes, there's a beer entitled Sweet Baby Jesus, and it's like a peanut butter chocolate stout or something like that. So look at that guy right there. I'm gonna talk with twang because I'm drinking beer. I don't know why. Oh my. Ooh, there's something going on with that. It says ale brewed with vanilla beans and natural flavors. They don't tell you what those other natural flavors are. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this beer yet. Let's talk about it later. Like, it wants to be sweet, but then there's the bittering hops in there, not letting it be sweet, and it's weird. I don't know how I feel about it. Don't know if I like this one, but I will tell you more about it later. But first, the reason you're here, and the reason you probably fast-forwarded through all of that to get to the yard sale stuff, I had a good day. I had a really good day, and I'm pretty excited to show you the stuff I got. So let me get this in an area here where I could kind of pick through a little easier. As usual, I'm going to save the best for last because, I don't know, I like to make you wait. For all those people who are just here to fast forward through all my talking just to get to the stuff and take a look at it, I make it a little harder for you. I'm a nice guy, what can I say? So, let's see here. Alright, this is an interesting thing. I'll show you this first. If you watch my other videos, you know that recently I picked up a Halloween preview TV guide. It was from 1998, and it was not the week of October 31st. Excuse me, I'm burping. It was not the week of October 31st because it was like the preview of Halloween, but it had the Halloween cover with the Simpsons and all that, so I got that one. At the flea market, there was a vendor that had a ton of old TV guides, which blew my mind. Actually, most of what I got today kind of blew my mind that I was able to find it because it's all stuff that I've recently been looking at and wanting. So kind of like, I don't know, the Halloween gods have all been shining upon me lately. So this was not a Halloween cover, but it is the week of October 31st into November 6th. So, and also it's a 1987? Yeah, 1987. So it was in the 80s, and it has the 31st in there. So it was only $1, and I was like, you know what? I know this is really weird to buy an old TV guide just so I could look at what aired that day on Halloween. But fuck it, man. That's why I bought it. And I was even thinking about maybe like curating a little YouTube playlist of the things that I find in there to share with my friends here on YouTube. I'll let you know if I do that. It depends what I find, and if I can find stuff on YouTube that corresponds to it. Something tells me that might be a little difficult. Pick you up. Tastes like a dirty little freak. Yeah. No. Alright, next up, we will go with... You know what? I'm going to show you the outlier of the day. It's an outlier because... It's not that I don't normally buy this kind of stuff, it's just I don't normally show you that I buy this kind of stuff because you don't give a fuck. But I'm pretty excited about it, so I'm going to show you, talking to my entire viewing audience as one person, you. It is a terracotta terracotta baker. Let me flip it back around. Look at that. Pretty cool. It's a Romertopf. Romertopf. I don't know. I'm almost certainly not pronouncing that correctly. They are made in West Germany. Out of terracotta. There are a number of different styles. This is not a particularly ornamental one, but it's pretty nice looking. It looks like it was never used. And the reason I bought it is because I've actually done some research into these particular bakers, and they are perfect, wait for it, for baking sour bread dough. So look at that. It's a perfect size for a nice sourdough loaf, and I've wanted one. Everything I got today was stuff I wanted, like, that I've been looking for. It's really crazy. So, it was only $3. I can't believe that I actually haggled them down to $2. That was kind of dick, but I did. I said, take two. They said, yeah. This is, I mean, they're not worth like a ton of money or anything. You could probably pick one up for 15, 20 bucks. But it is something I wanted. They had another one as well. It was La Terracotta, made in Italy. It was a little bigger, more ornamental, and the inside was glazed. Mike bought that one. Same price, $2. That was definitely the nicer of the two. I kind of only went for this one because of the size. Was a little more what I was looking for the bread. The other one that Mike got, you could roast a freaking chicken in that thing. It's beautiful. It's the better of the two. And really, I probably could have baked a bread in there easily, but I let Mike take that one, and I grabbed this guy, which I am super happy about. I really like this. I think I might have to season it because it looks as though this one was never used. The one Mike got looks used, like nicely broken in, which is kind of what you want with that kind of stuff. These sorts of cooking vessels are the types of things that, unless you're super clumsy, you should be able to like hand down to your freaking children. I mean, they're going to last you forever. You can put that stuff directly, once it's seasoned, you can put it directly in fire, you know? Cook it on the campfire kind of thing. So it's very cool. Super happy to find that. Super. Alright, next up, let's go with a little VHS. How about that? I haven't found much VHS this year. Or at least I haven't been buying a lot of VHS. I see it around. But how, I ask you, how could you possibly leave behind Faces of Death? I'll just put my Face of Death right in between the two Faces of Death. Got Faces of Death, the first one, Gorgon video. And we have, that says 1990 on the back there. And we have Faces of Death 6. From 1996. I have Faces of Death 2 and 3. So I'm getting there with the collection of these. I gotta be honest, I don't watch them. There's like, they're of mythical status in my brain because when I was a kid in the 80s, I mean, not the 80s, I guess it was the 90s. Well, I feel like they talked about these in the 80s. I don't know if these are release dates or just when these came out on tape. But when I was a kid, at some point when I was a kid, people used to talk about these movies, and it was like, oh my god, you know, they really kill people and blah, blah, blah. And it was like, you know, mythical to a kid. It's like, holy shit, there's movies like that? And, you know, I kind of buy them sort of for that reason. I guess I'll watch them. So that's cool. The tapes look pretty good. No mold anyway. So, there you go. A little Gorgon for you guys. Next. I kind of lost my train of thought there for a second. Alright, so now we're getting into Halloween stuff. I think everything I've showed so far, well, I guess the TV guide kind of falls into Halloween. I got this as like a throw-in with other stuff that I bought, but I'll show you this first because it's nothing. It's a little stained glass pumpkin. It was just so cheap, and along with the stuff I was buying, I just thought it'd be kind of cool to throw it in. So I grabbed that. When I was a kid, we had stuff like this. Not Halloween ones, but maybe Christmas, more Christmassy kind of things like this. I guess it's meant to be an ornament of some kind. We hang it with a suction cuppy thing. Alright, so there's that. And then the next three items were the fact that I found these today just blows my mind. It's like the terracotta cooker. It's like the TV Guide. It's like the Faces of Death, maybe to a lesser extent the Faces of Death thing. But I just found out that these things existed like a week ago, 2 weeks maybe. And I started looking on eBay and Amazon, and I was planning on buying some, because they're newish, they're not that old. You could find them. They're not really that worth all that much money either, but they're just really freaking cool. And I was like, you know, losing my shit, going, oh yeah, I can't believe this exists. And then I find them for freaking like $1.50 each at the yard sales. So, what am I talking about? I'm talking about fucking Halloween bubble lights. Who knew that those existed? Well, you guys probably did. I'm just stupid. But, amazing. So, bubble lights, if you don't know, bubble lights are kind of like an old style. Usually I associate them with Christmas. We put them on the Christmas tree. They're, well, I'll show you what they are. But, apparently they made specifically Halloween ones, and then these are extra cool because you don't have to put them on a string of lights and hang them somewhere. They're night lights. So, the first one came in the box. My brother was like finding them and bringing them over to me. I'm like, oh my god, whoa. I'm running around. The first one is a plastic pumpkin. You can see there, it's just like a night light, you know, you plug that into the wall, you turn it on, and yeah. They're called bubble lights because there's liquid in this thing and it bubbles. The heat makes it bubble in there. I don't think this one has... No, this one doesn't have anything in the liquid. It's just orange liquid. Awesome. Right? So I was super excited. She only wanted $1 for that one, really, she said. And I immediately put it off to the side. So that was I don't remember if it was actually the first one or not, but that was one of them. And then the next one is actually the actual one that I saw someone post on, I think it was Instagram, and I forget who it was, otherwise I'd give them a little shout out, but someone at a thrift store, I think they said, they found it and they got one, and this is the one I was really kind of interested in. And it also came in the box. Look at that beautiful thing! This is similar to the first one, only the plastic ghost looks a little more like glass. I don't think it's actually glass. I think it just kind of looks like frosted glass. And there's a ghost. There's a ghost hanging out on him from the back. And then in the liquid, there's actually, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but they actually have some glitter in the stem with the liquid, which I thought was a nice little extra touch to that one. So that guy came in the box. It actually has the directions and stuff with it. These were originally, apparently they were originally sold by Kohl's, and for $18. I don't know what year. They don't look old though. I mean, I would estimate 2000s. You know, maybe like recent 2000s. This could be like from a few years ago. Night Brights. So that was one of the major ones that I saw, and I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. So I grabbed that one. She wanted $2 or $3 for that one, she said. And then Mike brought over another box that was supposed to have a bat-shaped light like this in it, but there was nothing in the box. It was just an empty box. So that was kind of a bummer. But he also found this beauty, which is a devil pumpkin. It also has the glitter in the stem there. I think you could see. And an orange liquid, it looks like. Now you might notice there's nothing underneath. Here's the deal. It did have the nightlight with it. You know, I took it off because Mike was messing with it and he pressed over. He was like, oh, it's stuck on, and he kind of tried to switch it to off, and there's a huge snap, like inside something snapped, and then the switch wasn't working anymore. So I took this apart and I figured out what was wrong, and I tried to super glue it back together, but I mean, the piece was something that needs to be able to push it without breaking, and the super glue wasn't holding. So what I did was I took this off. I'll save the bulb if it's still good. And I think I should be able to just buy a new nightlight section. Like, I'm gonna go to Home Depot and see if there's one that this fits on, and I'll just put this on a new nightlight. I'm almost positive that I should be able to do that. This doesn't look like anything special. It says made in China on the bottom and all that, so we'll see. I'm hoping that, you know, I can find something for that, but this is a really cool one. I really like that. Alright, so those 3 Halloween bubble lights were like, boom! That's a boom! I was pretty happy with those. Everything so far was amazing, but there's one more thing. There's one more thing, you guys. And I don't know if I could show this to you without you all just collectively orgasming simultaneously. No matter where in the country you are or when you're watching it, somehow it'll sync up and be simultaneous. It will be heard from outer space. Are you ready? This is how I lose viewers. Alright. You guys, I'm going to show this to you guys and you're not even going to know what it is. Well, some of you might. What? Oh my god. I just orgasmed. I don't know about you guys. These are... Alright. I found 2 of them, which just... What? I've been wanting to buy these things for so long. There's a number of different kinds. They're Halloween candy containers. If you look on the back, there's like this little backpack kind of looking thing that I guess you put candy in them. Because they're candy containers. They've always been called candy containers, as long as I've ever known to find these. What kind of candy you'd want to pour in there like that, or fit? I have no freaking clue. But these are made by Rosen, and they usually run from anywhere from like, if you're really lucky, you can maybe score one for about $15, $20, but normally it's closer to $40, $50 each. And there's all kinds. There's witches. There's other scarecrows with like solid shirts. There's, oh man, just a ton of different kinds. And there's different color variations, different paint variations. Some are real rare. Some go for hundreds, or at least, you know, around 100. The only downside to these guys is that their stems are both broken off. I don't know how well you can see that, but these stems should go out a little further. That's pretty common with these. You see that often, which does decrease the value a little bit because it's rarer to find them intact with the full stem. I'm not selling these though. Whatever, man. I found them for $0.25 each. $0.25. This is why I love collecting this kind of thing, because people who know what it is, yeah, they'll sell it. They'll go, oh, there's a $50 piece right here. But to the layman, it looks like a piece of junk plastic, right? So, like, if you're really lucky, you'll stumble on people who have this kind of stuff just with other junky-looking Halloween crap that they've accumulated over the years. Have no idea how old it is, or that it's worth anything, or whatever. So I was, like, just thrilled to... I mean, you guys know how I feel about just orange plastic. Orange plastic. Yes. Orange plastic. I just get excited. I see orange and I go running. There were a couple other blow molds at the flea market, but they wanted their usual, you know, too much money kind of things. So that's it. That's everything. What is that? What do I think of Dirty Little Freak? I still don't know. It tastes like I just got a venereal disease. Put it at that. Alright guys, I am out. I've got to go eat. Thank you for watching. Happy Halloween. Happy autumn. Breathe deep of the night. I'll see you all soon. Goodbye.